What is up, players? It's WarbossTae live WarbossTae chat session. Yeah, I had some time on my own. I was working on my Phoenix here, and I thought, you know what? Instead of just listening to videos, why not throw something up on the YouTube, see who is around, and if you all want to chat, throw a comment out there, and then I will repeat it and give you credit. And yeah, we'll just chill and chat for a little while, guys. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. The sun is shining here where I am, and I'm working on my Phoenix here. So I filmed a video of my unboxing and talking a little bit about this guy, painting him up, and some of the great things about it and some of the tricky things about it. And that video will go live as soon as I write the accompanying blog post. The blog post on my WordPress blog is where I put the different kind of products that I use and just some of my writer's ramblings. But for a YouTube video, I thought since that's not live yet, why not just do a work in progress? So here it is. Here's the Phoenix. He is a huge honkin' bird monster from Kingdom Death. And I used Sensei Swag's painting guide. Mostly, there's some colors that I substituted because I found they worked better for what I wanted to do with him, but I think he's about 50% done. Most of the skin is finished. Most of the feathers are mostly finished, and now I'm just working on the fine details. I'm going to need to work on the talons. I've got some purple wash from when I was working on the skin on the talons, so I'm going to need to clean those up, make them even more gross looking. And here, let's get in and check him out a little bit more. I talk about some of these weird looking little uh, holes coming out. Oh man, this is so gross. They're like little puckered, you know when you pop a pimple and it leaves that crater and it's all gross and red and angry. That's what all of these reminded me of. Painting them was not fun, but I'm glad I did them, and I'm glad they turned out the way they did. Ugh, so gross. For his hands and for most of his skin, I used the skin tones from Vallejo's Game Colors. Hello, it's me, the Phoenix. Hello, hi, how you doing, everybody? So I always thought it was weird when I looked at this monster um, online, when I saw pictures of it. That reminds me, I still got to do his tongue. I'm thinking of doing a purple tongue. Hello. When I saw pictures of him online, I thought he looked weird with this stringy thing coming out of his mouth area, and then I realized, oh, that's supposed to be like spittle or drool or saliva or something. But I thought it was just this, like, I thought it was a weird mustache or something. So I'm coloring it as if it's spittle, magical saliva. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but that's what I'm gonna go with that. So it's going to be a little bit of a bluish color. And like I said, this is still a work in progress, you guys. I hope you're not going to judge me on him too harshly. But yeah, I love this model. I love how the spines on its wings are just like really weird looking long fingernails. I mentioned this in the video as I'm painting these guys, or these little things here. I'm noticing that each of these fingers has like fingerprints and weird looking indentations and patterns for its knuckles. The sculpting on Kingdom Death, you know, as a whole is very, very detailed and beautiful and can be very horrific as well. So I really, really love it. I'm thinking of painting, I'm going to paint the base black so that it matches with my other monsters, like here, the Watcher. See how his base is black? It kind of lets you really look at the model and focus on the coloring of the model. But I gotta paint the stump, so I'm looking at some pictures of old ancient tree trunks, tree stumps and stuff like that, forest, wildlife, whatnot. And I've got some pretty good ideas. Instead of just a brown, I'm thinking of going with more of like a gray tree looking thing, brownish gray rather than brown, because I don't want it to blend too much into his coloring. And I think the feathers looks just so great, so cool. So what do I want to talk about? The eyeballs on his face are my favorite part. You've got that weird, creepy interface there. And then you've got his bird eyeballs. So he's got like two sets of eyes on each side, and they look really gross and creepy. I decided to go with black and then white for the eyeball. And then for the actual pupil, I went with a black vertical slash, more of a diagonal slash. Let's get in close. Let's really get in close to this guy. And so what I decided was I painted two horizontal, or I guess three, or four, six. Where the eyeballs are, paint horizontal black lines, and then just paint white paint over that. So I used Vallejo's Blanco, their white paint. You can also use White Scar or Ceramite White. It's Games Workshop's whites. I haven't had very much luck with them, so I've been using more of the Vallejo stuff. And Vallejo has a great variety of different kinds of white paints. So if you don't like the white, you could go with off-white or cream, ivory. A lot of those is white enough with just a little touch of beige cream color to kind of offset it so it's not pure white, but it still looks like white from far away. So once I painted in the eyeballs, I went back with a black paint. I did the vertical slashes down to make the little pupils. And then I painted in, you can see there, he's got green in his eyeballs. And that is done with Warpstone Glow, which is a nice rich green paint. All right. So I haven't seen any comments in the chat. Let me know if there's anything you want to know, or if there's anything that I could help explain or talk about, if you want to hear me talk about anything. If not, I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna go till 10 minutes. I just want to have a video of him up online as I'm working on editing and writing out a blog post for the unboxing video. I had so much fun painting him. I'm really excited to get finished. My next steps are, like I said, work on the talons, get those all done. I'm gonna do a little color transition for his beak. So it's gonna go from this bright chicken yellow to an orange to a black. And I'm gonna have to paint his tongue. I'm gonna have to finish the spittle coming out of his mouth, his saliva. And he's got talons on his hands and on his feet I'm gonna have to work with. And I'm gonna have to do the stump. But it's so much fun to paint this guy, and I really enjoyed it. So I guess that's it. Thanks you guys for watching. I'm planning on doing more. I showed this guy off in some Twitter posts, but I was trying to get back into tutorials. So I worked on this astropath on my camera here, my DSLR camera, and I uploaded it to my laptop, but unfortunately my laptop doesn't recognize the camera, or the microphone, the microphone that I'm using, which is too bad because I've used it before for recording things on that laptop, and it doesn't seem to be recognizing it. I don't know if I need to update it or whatever, but yeah, unfortunately I have the video for this guy. The complete tutorial is about 30 minutes long, maybe 45 minutes. And I really had fun doing it, working with the camera on and talking and just kind of going over my techniques and stuff. It was really fun. I really enjoyed filming a tutorial after years of not filming any tutorials. But like I said, unfortunately, I don't know if the computer needs to be updated or something needs to be updated or fixed or changed in order to use the microphone and put audio. Right now, it's just a bunch of clips with me painting and not really talking. So here is a look at the astropath. I thought it might be fun to paint this guy up because he kind of reminds me of Lewis the Necromancer. And he's a funny looking little guy. And he's so easy to paint. I don't know why more people don't paint the regimental advisors. They're so easy to paint. Okay, what else can I show you? I finally finished the Kingdom Death intimacy couple. And actually, I shouldn't say that. I didn't completely finish them. I still haven't painted the band on the dude's arm, but I went back and I played with some shades and highlights for the lady here. And I also worked with more shades and highlights on the skin for the male intimacy survivor, who reminds me a lot of Brad Pitt in his younger years. I don't know why. All right, that's it. we talked about some Kingdom Death. We got a little bit of Astropath awesomeness in there, and yeah, the big focus for me in this video was showing off my Phoenix because he was so much fun to paint, and he's definitely the big highlight of the Monster 1.5 set. I had a lot of fun building him up, having a lot of fun of painting him. Sometimes I get creeped out though, or my lady boss will walk up behind me. She'll see me like working on one of these weird little popped pimple things, and I just hear her behind me going like, ugh. And it's funny when you're painting and your lady boss is like looking at what you're working on, and I think it's just so cool. I love painting it, and she's like, oh, it's not her cup of tea. She loves princess things and pretty things, and we've been watching on, gosh, what is it, Amazon? We've been watching this show called the Story of Cinderella, and it's from the 90s, and it's a Japanese and Italian cartoon series. It's like 27 episodes long. We're just on episode 8 or 9, but it's a ridiculous series, and it takes all of the things you know about the Disney Cinderella, or just the Cinderella story in general, and it just kind of stretches it out, and it makes it, you know, family friendly, and it's like an anime for little kids, and we're just having a fun time watching it. So check that out if you have Amazon. I think it's free with Prime if you have Amazon Prime. And if you have a second, head on over to my blog, WarbossTaeStudios.com, and check out all the little posts. And thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you're having a great day. And again, if you have any questions, I don't know, are you guys writing anything and I'm just not seeing it or not getting it? Usually I can tell if I get a comment, it pops up at the bottom of my screen, but I wonder if I have like notifications turned off, or if there are just people popping in and watching and leaving. That's also a very distinct possibility. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, you guys. We're gonna wrap it up there, and hope to see you all in the comment section and in the next video. Princess Leia in the back. Running the rebellion. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Latest, players.